Hi everyone, welcome to Ace Edu and Travel Consult YouTube page. I'm really excited to be here, guys. I'm super excited because this new segment is going to be tackling some of the questions that we get regularly from some of our clients. Now, for today's video, we are going to be looking at the difference between your postgraduate work permit and your work permit. So what's the difference between a postgraduate work permit and a work permit? First, we need to define what a work permit is and what a postgraduate work permit is, okay? So, a postgraduate work permit is the type of permit that allows a student, right, extend their stay. What this means is simple. If you were supposed to end your studies after 8 months, a postgraduate work permit will give you an additional 8 months to find a job, right? Then we have the work permit. The work permit is the permit that you get as a worker. Okay, let me rephrase that. A work permit is a temporary work visa. So that means when you find a job, what you'd be given is a work permit. See the difference? A postgraduate work permit is for students that have finished their school and haven't found a job yet. And so they want to extend their stay in order to find a job. And so they get their postgraduate work permit. While a work permit is for temporary work visa. So whether it's a student or not, as far as you've gotten a job, the permit that you're going to be on is a temporary work permit. So I get a lot of these questions, and I use the phrase 8 months a lot because I get questions like, oh, I'm going to Canada. My course is 8 months. Do you think after 8 months I will end up back in Nigeria? The answer is no, but this is as far as you know the differences between these permits. So after 8 months, you are supposed to apply for your postgraduate work permit. Yes, and that's the word. The word is apply because you actually have to apply for it. You can't sit down. It's not an automatic permit. You can't sit down and say, oh, I am eligible for a work permit, postgraduate work permit. I'm going to sit down in my house. I'm not going to do anything. It doesn't work that way. You are not in your home country. You are not a permanent resident. You are not a citizen. So obviously, every single thing that you want to do, you have to apply for it. So if you are a student and you had not gotten a job by the time you were ending your program, you literally need to apply for a postgraduate work permit. That way, you can stay back in that country and then you can carefully look for a good job. When you look for a good job, then you can begin to process your work permit. And then some people are really lucky. By the time they are finishing their program, they probably already got a job. So when they get that job, they don't need to apply for a postgraduate work permit anymore. All they need to apply for is their work permit. But again, guys, the key word there is apply. So do not sit back and think that all of these things are automatic. You actually have to apply for them. And I think one of the things that I always say to a lot of people that come to me and ask these questions, especially those who are going for a postgraduate diploma or a postgraduate certificate, graduate certificate, whatever name you want to call it, is that don't be afraid when your program is 8 months because you are eligible for a postgraduate work permit as far as your program is 8 months and above. So do not be afraid. But again, always be careful. Always make sure to pay attention to details. And the detail in this case is that you have to apply for a postgraduate work permit. So if you have any further questions, you can always call us, reach out to us on WhatsApp, DM us on Twitter, DM us on Instagram, whatever questions you have, we're definitely here for you and we'll be answering all of your questions. Thank you guys so much for catching up with me today. Adios.